Should we take an initial vote? Initial vote. Initial vote. Okay, for those of you in the middle of the room, when I put my hands over my head, it's not because I'm stretching. It means initial vote, although I am also stretching. Okay, I see at least one of almost every color, so this is a good one to spend a few seconds on. Okay, let's try an updated vote. Updated vote says blue and orange seem to have the most votes, and it's kind of split. So let's go through one at a time here. We could probably just go through them in order. So if we try to just read each sentence, should receive combines a mock and an expectation, where a stub is only a mock. Well, one reason that doesn't make a lot of sense is because a stub isn't a mock. A mock is an actual object. It's a stand-in for something, right? A stub is more like, don't call this procedure. I'll just give you the answer. Now, you can stub individual methods on a mock object, absolutely. But the term mock refers to an entity, right? You mock the whole object or even a whole class. Stubs usually refer to individual method calls. So a stub isn't really a mock. That leaves us with, from the other three choices, we could say stub is an expectation, or we could say stub is a seam. But stub absolutely isn't an expectation, right? In fact, the main difference between stub and should receive, they both deal with the concept of a method getting called on an object. But should receive says it's an error for the method not to get called. Stub just says if the method gets called, here's the canned response that you should return. Right? It doesn't actually check that the method got called. In fact, you could perfectly well set up stubs and some of them don't get used. Although if that happens, you should ask yourself why you set them up. So that leaves us with number 2 or number 3. And what is it that should receive and stub certainly have in common? Well, should receive and stub are basically both, or sorry, not number 2 and number 3. Yeah, I meant number 4. So what do should receive and stub actually have in common? Well, they're both places that when you're writing tests allow you to surgically alter the behavior of the program without changing the source code of the program. So both of them are kinds of seams, right? The seam is the overriding concept here, but should receive, in addition, makes it an error if the seam isn't used, so to speak. So the right answer in this case is that should receive is both a seam and an expectation, and stub is only a seam. That make sense to people?